Because it's been a while since I've been able to make a video in this series, a quick recap of the current state. We have the data source, that is X, Y, color, and the text string we want to show. With the help of SOSI, we now have it to the point where we have the X and the Y, the color, pointers to all the strings and instances of all the strings. The next challenge is replacing the X and Y with a screen address so the address is calculated at assemble time and not in 6502 code. To be clear, one can just do this. Make a list that is a list of screen base plus all Y's times by width plus all X's. Then pull out high and low. Okay, but how exactly does that work? First step, it will replace the slices with a list of the contents we sliced. So the Y's, 2, 5, and 3, and then the X's, 1, 3, and 6. Then, let's replace the constants with values. I will use 40 widescreen for this case. When you multiply a list by a single value, a scalar multiply, each element in the list is multiplied by the value. Thus, 2 times 40 equals 80, 5 40s are 200, and 3 40s are 120. Now we have two lists of equal size that are to be added to each other. You can only have lists of equal size or one versus many. Well, it can expand the list in some cases, but I don't really think it's a good idea. In this case, we do element-wise addition, 80 plus 1, 200 plus 3, and 120 plus 6, which gives us. Now we have a single value added to a list, so the value is added to each item in the list and we are left with the list of the final addresses. This is something I tend to do a lot across my projects and even in a single project, so it warrants making a function. A function is a piece of custom logic that is called by your code as it assembles, an assembler function rather than a 6502 function. They take the form of label, the name of the function, dot, function, optional params, followed by an optional body, followed by the close tag, and then the optional return values. You can make one that takes params and returns but has no body. You can make one that has a body and takes no params and returns nothing, if you want it to inject logic into the code. For this task, we will make a bodiless function. fgetScreen is a function, and it needs the screen base, an X and a Y. I assume that I have the screen width defined globally for this project. Then we return the base plus the width times Y plus X. Now how do we use it? Our list is equal to fgetScreen, open bracket, the base we want, all the X's, and then all the Y's, close bracket, just like you would call any function in a high-level language. But we pass in all X's and Y's. How does it work? Well, first it will expand them to the values, so 1, 3, and 6, and 2, 5, and 3, as before. Now task sees it has a function being called with two lists. And what does task do when it has lists of something? It auto-iterates them, and thus expands to, which then calls the function and replaces the call with the return value, giving us what we had before. Putting it all together, we get. Next episode, I will cover a function with a body, and then I will return to the intermediate 6502 course again.